today we have a lovely Audi RS3. This car is freaking quick. So we've got an Venturi intake. Woo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we have a lovely Audi RS3. Not a stock one. It has been tuned a little bit as we like it. So today I'm going to walk around it, show you all the stuff, take it for a drive along this road towards the Autobahn for a quick Autobahn blast. So that's what we're going to do today. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video, and follow us on Instagram at AutoTopNL. Alrighty, so we've got a Nardo grey Audi RS3 with a lot of up on the outside, like these absolutely massive 20-inch wheels, some red brake calipers, some Continental tires. We've got an up badge right there in that little air vent, which is real, yeah. A lot of black on the outside as well. I really love, woo! I guess this is a good test for the mic. A nice little Audi Sport logo right there. And at the rear we've got a stock exhaust apart from the downpipe, an up badge, an ATM chip tuning sticker, because that is the tuner who did the ECU tune. So show you guys some other good stuff underneath here. So we've got an Venturi intake, which is so cool. Check out how beautiful this is and how nice this goes through the engine bay. Beautiful carbon fiber, beautiful logo on there. So we've got the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder turbo engine, stock 367 horsepower, 465 newton meters. This one 450 horsepower and around 589 newton meters of torque. So it should be a little bit quicker than stock. It also has an ATM downpipe, and it also has a Wagner Competition Evo 3 intercooler right there. So, and it has a stage 2 ATM chip tuning, so an ECU tune. On the inside we've got, well, pretty much a stock RS3 interior, apart from this up start stop button, and we've also got these pedal extenders on the pedal shifters. And it's not really my thing, but you know, I guess it's to let people know you're driving an RS. Oh, I forgot to let you guys rate the exterior of this car. So of course, Nardo grey, the RS color these days. So what do you guys think? This Nardo grey RS3 with all those up bits and pieces, those 20-inch wheels, all the black details, what do you guys think? Vote in the top right corner and rate it from 1 to 5. All right, let's take it for a drive, for reals now. So let's start it up. It is pretty damn loud, this car. I'm guessing it's decat, because listen to this. Put it in dynamic so the valves open. It's a very nice sound. You've got that 5-cylinder sound with some pretty loud bangs, but they're not repetitive. It's not like a pops and bangs thing, it's just one big hit. So, how does it feel? Some bangs right there. Well, of course, because we have those 20-inch wheels. We have super skinny tires as well. And that means that when you're in dynamic mode, you really feel everything on the road. It also means that you do get a lot of grip when the tires are hot. It surprised me a lot. Of course, we've got quattro all-wheel drive as well, so that means that you can use this car. You can really use this car in any circumstance, because it was pouring with rain earlier and the Autobahn was completely wet, and Martijn did a 0 to 100 launch and he did like 3.9 seconds to 100, which is crazy fast. And the road was completely wet with these skinny tires. I mean, that's super impressive, and that's also probably the most impressive thing about this car, and also probably the one reason why most people buy this car. Even with a tune like this, it still keeps that all-wheel drive character, that go anywhere in any weather vehicle, which is, well, go anywhere on the road. Jesus. Now it starts banging again. That's loud. So handling wise, I mean, it's not really the strong suit of an RS3. It feels a bit distant. The steering is quite light. But that's not really what this car is about, is it? This car, when it came out, it was sort of the start of the really crazy hyper hatch generation. After this car, AMG came with the A45, and then Audi came with the 400 horsepower RS3, and now AMG is coming with an A45S with like 421 horsepower. So this was the car that kicked it all off, really. And still, after a couple of years, this car feels so good, and this engine feels so strong. And the fact that you can tune it like this relatively simply with an intake, a downpipe, an intercooler and an ECU tune, and you get 450 horsepower, 589 Newton meters. You're basically on the level of an RS4 power wise, and you've got this mini RS6. Oh, it's very empty behind me. Just going to get a little gap. So we're in dynamic mode right now. I'm going to switch to individual, which is everything in dynamic except for the suspension. Because the suspension comfort mode is just a little bit more suited for the Autobahn. No speed limit here, just saying that you guys know that there is no speed limit. I'm not doing anything crazy. So, as you can see, this car is freaking quick. 266. I mean, that was in no distance at all. So now the suspension is really nice and poised and balanced. And like I said in the beginning, when you have it in dynamic mode, you feel everything. Also because you have those 20-inch wheels, of course. But I have to say that in this setting, it's not bad. And this tune is really good as well, because it feels rather strong. So we've got a little crosswind, but the RS3 doesn't let the wind change its direction. That's 276. I mean, that's so easy. Oh, it's not. I'm not the biggest fan of RS3s. I love this engine. I'm not the biggest fan of how they drive, but every time I drive a tuned one, I must say that I'm so impressed with how powerful the engine feels and how big the car feels as well, because, you know, 275 on the Autobahn with a crosswind in a hatchback, and it feels this good. That's impressive. So, thanks a lot to the owner for letting us drive his car. Really appreciate it. So what do you guys think about the performance of this car? I mean, you can see it pulls really easily up to very high speeds. Rate in the top right corner from 1 to 5. What do you guys think about the performance of this ATM tuned RS3? You gotta love this. $280. No problem at all. So I guess if you have this car, the 2015-2016 Audi RS3 with this tune, you've basically got an RS3 that can compete with the new A45S. So, you know, that's not bad for a car that's been around for a couple of years. Really like those bangs. So that A45S is super impressive with that 4-cylinder with 421 horsepower, but the new RS3 will once again have this 5-cylinder, and I have to say that, you know, there's just something so special about this engine. I'm so happy that we will be able to enjoy this for a little while longer, because we have to cherish the fact that Audi is still putting this 5-cylinder in this hatchback, because it is something really special, and we don't really know how long it's going to last. So we have to enjoy it while it's still here. And, you know, driving these tuned versions is always a pleasure, because once you put a nice downpipe or exhaust on these cars, they sound so crazy. The only thing I would add to this car is carbon ceramic brakes, because I just like the security and the feeling of having those big ass ceramics. But other than that, this is a really cool car. So big thanks to the owner for letting us drive it. Thanks to ATM Chip Tuning for inviting us over, and thanks to you guys for watching again. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.